Welcome. We are back. Another day in the market. How's everybody doing? Lynn to Glenn, Steven, Big Nate, Jack, Josh, Mehdi, Maxime, Frank, Zeke. How's everybody doing in the chat? We got a lot to talk about as per usual. Interesting day. Yeah, we're going to get started with Bitcoin. Then we'll talk about the market. Right now, futures are flat. Then we'll talk about CLOV, AMC, FSR, GameStop, other ongoing trades, and whatever comes up, comes up. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing ticker requests tonight. It's been a long day, but I'll try and cover as much as I can. So sit back and watch me chart, I guess. I don't know. But Bitcoin bounced, which is nice to see. We talked about this last night, where that previous supply line flipped into a demand line, and look how perfect this is, like for real. So you could see that this was a supply line. It was finding resistance, and then it finally broke it over here, and then it flipped into a demand line. You could see it bounced off of that, and then right over here, not only was it a previous supply line flipped into a demand line, it was also the 59.5k level that I've been talking about for a while now, which dates back to like earlier this year. There was a resistance back in May and April, then it flipped into a support over here, and then a support over here. So very technical area for Bitcoin to bounce, like literally to the cent, which is insane. And since that bounce, Bitcoin is currently up about 6%. Next resistance is about 65k. After that, 67k. Might be testing a little bit of a 4-hour resistance over here. You could see the 63.7k level is support for these candles, resistance on these, resistance over here, and it's just kind of testing it right now. So those are your levels on Bitcoin. We'll see how it does tomorrow. But for right now, it's looking good to me. Just want to see it hold above 59.5k, which it is, and a lot of other cryptos had a nice day as well. So that's crypto. In terms of stocks, today was interesting. I mean, small caps and mid caps had a rough start to the day. Some small caps started bouncing in like the final hour of the day. Large caps were up, not a crazy amount, but they were green for the most part. And you know, it was just a little bit of a mixed market. The Dow Jones was also slightly green. So just kind of a little bit all over the place. And like from a day trader's perspective, I couldn't find anything that looked great to me to day trade. AMC was probably one that stood out to me today. And yeah, it was just kind of a slow day until like the last hour of the day from what I saw. But that was really the market today. However, tomorrow could be volatile. Tomorrow we have an FOMC meeting at 2 p.m. EST. That's when I think if I'm not mistaken, I think that's when we're going to be getting maybe an expected update for tapering, and who knows what else. And then at 2:30 p.m. EST, I believe Powell will have a speech. So that's what most traders will be watching tomorrow. That's what you should be watching tomorrow if you're a trader. And if you're at work, kind of see what happens whenever you get off work. But yeah, you know, I think a lot of people are expecting a taper to begin this month or next month. It's just a question of how long the taper will last and if any other stuff kind of shows up. But that could definitely be a catalyst, good or bad, for the market tomorrow. So keep an eye on that. And like today, you know, I was honestly thinking we'd have a little bit more of a red day today. I mean, the IWM was red for a good part of the day. The ARK ETF closed down pretty red, but most of the major indices closed green. And I didn't actually expect that. I thought we might have seen like a little bit of a panic today, the day before the meeting. But we didn't. And also, if you've been watching the stream for a while, I've been saying since this dip on the SPY, I've been saying maybe, you know, the taper is kind of getting priced in, because we've been told like November, December months ago, right? So tomorrow's not a surprise, right? Regardless of what happens, unless it's like a weird schedule. But I've been talking about this for weeks, where maybe you were pricing in some of that here. And still, if you get some sort of a bad, you know, catalyst tomorrow, you could see some sort of a pullback. But I don't think anything that the Fed says tomorrow, unless it's like something like substantially like not good, even if it's like slightly bad or whatever it is, I don't think we're going to see like a crash or anything off of that. Could we see a pullback? Absolutely. I mean, you know, we are up over 7% in about 3 weeks for the S&P 500. That's just it's not normal. So any pullback is fine. For me, how I'm looking at things, even if we pull down to this level or maybe to this level, you know, there's gaps to fill, there's supports. It's a lot easier to kind of look for supports if we start pulling back compared to how it looked like over here. So that's just how I'm looking at the market. But we have to see what, you know, what comes out tomorrow. And yeah, but for right now, I'm optimistic, but I'm also optimistic if we pull back. Like if we have like a flash red candle at 2 p.m. or whatever it is, and like maybe even on Thursday we're red. Like if we pull back, I think that's a healthy pullback. If we don't pull back, I'm not going to complain because market goes up, I'm happy. So I'm in a pretty good spot, and based on like what the market does, like, I mean, I'm pretty comfortable with the market right now unless it does something like that. So that's just how I'm looking at things. But again, you know, you could have your own feelings about the market, but you always have to manage your risk. So, you know, feelings mean absolutely nothing if you're not managing your risk. And yeah, that's just my thoughts like overall. I think Fisker has earnings tomorrow. I think so. I think Fisker has earnings tomorrow. I think Henrik Fisker is going to be on CNBC, which he's done multiple times this year right before earnings. And then CLOV has earnings, I think, on Monday. Yeah, it looks like Monday. So there's that. And then I think, did GameStop have earnings today? I don't know if they did. I don't know if I just saw something else. I don't know. It says the 23rd here, but you can help me out in chat. So yeah, in terms of like the technicals on the market, the SPY is just on autopilot. Let's see if I can find a good demand line to draw. I'd probably just go with this. What about this though? Oh my gosh, I haven't actually drawn this out, but what if we look at it like this? This is actually a little bit like scary. And again, I'm not like trying to make anybody fearful. I'm just saying like from a technical standpoint, we're towards the apex of a rising wedge for the S&P 500, and we have the FOMC meeting tomorrow. Just saying. But who knows? You know, even if this did break down, like you could just have a shallow retrace and go higher. But I just randomly charted that. But yeah, I think we talked about this last night. 454 is the level I want to see the SPY hold in the short term. If that breaks in 447, it's a gap fill and kind of a previous resistance. So 454 and 447 are the two important levels I see for the SPY. Obviously 447 is 3% lower, so that's quite a bit lower, but at the same time, that would simply probably like what, 50% retrace? Yeah, that would pretty much be a 50% retrace of the rally we just had. So again, even if we do pull back to these levels, like, and then we bounce off of it, like, good. Of course, not good, you know, during the pullback that a lot of stocks will start dropping, but I'm trying to look at this as from like a more long-term perspective. That's the S&P 500, the NASDAQ all-time high close. Previous all-time high around 15.4K is like the clearest support for right now. Let's see if we can draw the same thing here. So I'm gonna delete this. Kind of like that. This one probably doesn't look as, actually this might look even better. I'd probably look at it like this. But a green day tomorrow for the NASDAQ could like break it above the supply line. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches. It's a real wedge right there on the SPY. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it might need one more touch, but that's large cap indices. In terms of small caps, Russell 2000 had a nice red to green today. But yeah, I told you we broke above that resistance level 233.5 yesterday. It was a high from June and pretty much a high from March as well. We broke above it and closed above yesterday. Today we fell under it for a little bit, but then we rallied in the end of the day to close above it. And let's see what the close was. 234.45. So by 3 cents, the IWM had its highest close of all time today. And yeah, so that's the small cap index. I think support, really this whole entire area, I'd pretty much view as support, like all of that. You know, like if it starts to pull back, let's say the market pulls back, FOMC meeting doesn't go, like this whole entire area that was previously resistance, like anywhere in this area could act as support. I would just like to see the Russell stay above that 200-day moving average from a long-term perspective. The ARK ETF, second day closing above the 200-day moving average. It hasn't closed 2 days above the 200-day moving average since the beginning of September. Not much of a technical change on the ARK today. So really not much to update there. The dollar still kind of bouncing up a little bit after back testing this neckline of the cup and handle. And then the US 10-year still just kind of pulling back after testing 1.64, which is the low from 2015. And the Hang Seng Index, is that really today? Oh, that was yesterday. So it looked like there was a gap up yesterday, and then it just kind of flushed throughout the day. And I think it literally just opened like the second I flipped over to this chart. I think it opens at 9:30 p.m. EST. But pretty flat open for that. And yeah, that's the overall market. Nothing too crazy. It just, we'll see how everything looks tomorrow at 2 p.m. I guess, or even just leading up into that. So just staying open-minded. And yeah, so where do we start? I think we should probably start. We'll start with GameStop and AMC, and then we'll do CLOV and FSR. But let me see what's up in the chat first. Hit that like button if you didn't already. And if you're not subscribed to the stream, hit the subscribe button. Maxime says market took my portfolio for a roller coaster ride. Same here. Cheddar Free says taper could finish into mid 2022 if I'm not mistaken from Powell's notes. Big Old Squirrel says, hey, I'm new here. Thank you for the content. I'm hoping that CLOV earnings are good. I hope so too. You never know though. Always gotta be open-minded. And yeah, I'd love to see a nice price target for CLOV as well. And welcome to the channel. I hope you're enjoying it. Make sure if you haven't already watched the course in the description. It's only $5,000. Just kidding. It's free and it's 3.5 hours long. Just go to the description. It's right there. Today 32 says, can you talk about the upward resistance levels, fib levels, RSI levels? Trying to look for a few levels to sell some and buy back below at that 1640 gap on the daily chart. Thanks, Jam. So today 32 is talking about FSR. I can't tell you when to sell or buy anything, but I could look at the levels when we get to FSR. Maddie says, the lump has been telling me to short this SPY using max leverage and using my line of credit, and now I'm 40K in debt. For some reason, I don't think that's true, but good comment. Jack says, how do you check after hours intraday charts on TradingView? I keep on doesn't show it. Let me try and do this. How do I move both of them? Like that? Perfect. Okay. So I believe you have to go to a time frame that's under the daily time frame. So I'm going to switch over to the 4-hour time frame, and then this will pop up. It's usually set to regular. You just click on that and then hit extended. If it doesn't pop up like right here, then you just go to, I think, the settings over here, and then you go to session, and then you go to extended. So there's 2 different ways to do it, but I don't think it works on the daily. So that's how I think you do it. All right, let's move this back. I'm already full screen. All right. After hours today, GameStop hit the second target of the swing. This was a beautiful swing. It was alerted on this day on this red candle. Literally, let me draw a line right there. Okay, where this green line is. This is the day and the price that I alerted it at. And yeah, you could see same exact day bounced up into the close. Next day it went up. Day after went up. Day after went up. And then today went up. So just nonstop green ever since the alert on GameStop. Hopefully everybody's making tendies. And yeah, 25% profit in like 4 or 5 days, obviously not including the weekend. This is what happens when you get pretty much like Class B, classic bullish divergence off of a double bottom confirmation at a bullish Gartley inside of a triangle at the 200-day moving average. This is what I always talk about. When variables line up, this is what can happen. Okay, it's what can happen, not what will happen. It's only a probability, but when you have those many variables lining up at the same time, it raises your probability. And yeah, vibes in the chat for GameStop. Really good swing. Already hit both the targets. In terms of next resistances for GameStop, I'd let's see, 230-ish pretty much is a resistance. If it breaks above that, then there's not much resistance between 230 and 340. There's a little bit of a gap fill at like 290 though, so maybe a little bit of resistance at like 290-ish. But yeah, those are your next levels on GameStop. I could probably delete this so it's not like confusing. So those are your next two levels on GameStop. Great swing. Another similar taker to GameStop today was AMC. And I actually talked about this a couple nights ago on stream. I mean, I talked about this last week when I initially brought up GameStop and AMC and a couple other stocks. I think I brought up like Wish and BlackBerry on that stream as well. And I brought up AMC last week. It was looking better last week. And then I think like Friday and yesterday it was kind of looking weird because it looked like it broke under the triangle. It looked like it broke down. But it was just a fake out. And then yesterday it kind of reclaimed into the triangle. So I noticed that yesterday. And this morning I kept it on my watch list. And I was watching the price action for like the first hour of the day. And it was looking good. So yeah, AMC made a really, really nice move. Had bullish convergence on the daily. It pretty much closed at this gap fill right over here. And then after hours it went even crazier. Went all the way up to 43.70 or 43. Let me just do it exactly. 43.64 after hours. So really nice move for AMC. This is kind of what the extended hours chart looks like on the 4 hour. But there you go, yet again. And this was alerted to premium members this morning. So if you're not in premium, I gave all of you GameStop last week. And if you are in premium, this morning, pretty much, I think it was around like 37.40-ish, this area. Whoa, the 37 nerve. Let's get some vibes in the chat for nerve with the $37 tip, first tip of the night. Oh my gosh, let me make that bigger at the bottom. Let's go. Vibes in the chat. Nerf, yet again, thank you for another crazy tip. I want to see, there's 43 people in here. I want to see 42 vibes in the chat. Nerf doesn't have to drop vibes in the chat, but I'm sure Nerf will. Thank you so much for the 37. Hope you're doing well. And yeah. Thank you. That's awesome. I don't know if there's, oh, the message was keep it up, champ. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, so like pretty much where this blue box is when I sent the alert out to premium members on AMC, like right over here. And like from that price pretty much to the high of the day, it went up like 17%. And I'm gonna show everybody only the first target. I'm not gonna show the other targets, but look at that, so close. It came up to 43.64, and again, this was alerted right over here. Okay, so it was alerted right here today. It went all the way up to here, and then it stopped. It got 1% away from the target. It would have been so cool for AMC to hit the first target. That would have been an 18% gain in one day on this swing if it would have just went 1 more percent higher, and then it ended up pulling back 5%. So a little bit frustrating there. I literally just threw this first target like right under that candle high. But I guess it looks like it ended up topping out over here, which is what it is. But yeah, AMC, good stuff. GameStop, good stuff. I think BlackBerry was up a little bit after hours, and meme stocks are having a good little time right now. And it's crazy because back in June, I think it can't be argued that CLOV was also in that group. It was moving just like GameStop and AMC. And now it's like GameStop and AMC are going again. And I know CLOV had a great day yesterday, but today it was down. It's like, what? But it had a nice move after hours. We're going to talk about CLOV next, I think. And then we'll talk about FSR after CLOV. But yeah, AMC, it's a new swing for premium members. Really good start to that swing. So let me see what's in the chat, and then we'll talk about CLOV. Keep hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you want to watch the course, links in the description. If you want to join the Discord, actually, I want you to join the Discord. Okay, not if you want to, I want you to. Okay, join the Discord. The link's in the description. It's free. So much stuff is in the Discord. You can meet 2,000 other traders. And if you want to join the premium Discord and get stuff like this, that's also in the description. Okay. So let me see what's up in the chat, and then we'll talk about CLOV. We can just sit at that chart for right now. All right. Thank you for dropping the Discord link, Chetta. So we're going to talk about CLOV, FSR, then we're going to talk about a couple other, or the rest of the ongoing swings. BENE was up 9% today, which is pretty cool. That's one of the swings. XL and NEO were green, VIPs and TRIP were red. We'll talk about the swings after we talk about, well, CLOV and FSR are both swings right now, so we're going to talk about those two first. And yeah, I'm going to probably try and take it slow because I don't know if I'm going to be doing take requests tonight, so I'm just going to read a lot of the chat, take it nice and easy, just hang out, keep hitting that like button. All right, let's see what's in the chat. Big Ol' Squirrel says, I recoiled in my seat when you said it's only 5K. I didn't know there was a course. I'll definitely look into it. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know if you heard the second part of that, but I was joking about that being 5K. It's free and it's in the description. So it's not 5K for the course. What else is in the chat? Medi is at around 1,500 through mostly deposits on his $100,000 challenge. Waiting for SPY to start dropping before taking a proper position, says Medi. A lot of vibes in the chat for the $37 tip from Nerve. Appreciate it. Cheddar Free says Nerve is a real one. Big vibes, absolutely. Thomas says, Champ, are you going to do this after you graduate? Yeah. And I know I went like this. I don't even know what I'm doing in a month from now, but it's in my plan to do this like literally forever. So yeah. Solo did nicely today. What did Solo do today? Did it break out of the range? Wow, it did. So yeah, we talked about this last week. Finally broke out of this range, and I said it breaks out of this range, there's room up to like 450, and then after that I think 5 was the next level, this area. So yeah, next resistance 450, after that 5 to 525. Support is now 375, previous resistance. That simple. A nice move for the egg car stock today. Medi says, the guy told me to short AMC and GameStop, and he told me to go long Zillow and Chegg. Paid $100 per taker advice. What do you think of his premium services? He might have to stick to making emojis. But no, I mean, everybody in the Discord's been crushing it lately. For real. Like, yeah, if you're not in the Discord, it's not just me sharing stuff. Like, literally, there's so many people. You have a ton of great people. I'm just sharing, you know, not financial advice, but just charts, and it's awesome. All right, let's talk about CLOV now. So, all right, last night, let me go back to regular. All right, last night, you know, after we had the right angle descending broadening wedge playing out, last night on stream, I said CLOV is most likely, or something, I can't remember exactly what I said, but I said something along the lines of CLOV will pretty much, you know, if it were to open at the same price it closed at, I said, you know, you'd be opening right around supply. That's pretty much what I said, something along those lines last night on stream. Because we've been talking about the 785 level for a while now. It's this gap fill, this support you can clearly see over here, previous support. And look again, TA being super fake. I wonder why what was once a support from the past flipped into a resistance when it tested it. And then also that same exact level was your low on July 27th and August 5th. Again, just great examples of TA being incredibly fake. And yeah, it was at an area of supply. I said last night on stream that, you know, unless there's like a nice volume warning, you're going to be at around supply. And now I'm also going to be honest, I didn't think that we'd see a 4% red candle in the first hour of the day because of just that level. But we did. That was like, okay, wow. I was actually thinking that we might have seen some support around 760-ish, because you remember it was this like resistance that it just broke above and flipped into a support and just blew right through that level. And that did confuse me, I'm gonna be honest. I was pretty, all up until like can't even talk. Up until like here, it made sense to me. Complete technical sense, like you can't be surprised at all. Then it got a little bit weird. I'm like, all right, now what's going on? And then it curled up towards the end of the day, even on like the low time frames. I shared this on Twitter. So last night we talked about how it was opening up around supply today. And then this morning on Twitter, I shared a harmonic-ish pattern. And I'll show you why I'm saying ish, but pretty much it was a shark over here. It went down to the 886, which is the first PCZ. It was also the 1618 from B to D. And, instead of just continuing to dump, it just went sideways for about 3 hours or 2.5 hours. Then it had a little bit of like a spring under, and then it just got back above. So if you're just going to look at this as a spring, then, you could just kind of ignore that part. If you want to be super technical about it, then it fell to a 99% retrace. It's not at 886 or 1.13, but it's between them. And then it had a nice bounce off that level, ended up breaking over the VWAP and closing at 759. And then after hours, it closed after hours at 765. So yeah, I mean, pretty rough, if you're looking at it like pretty much when the first 4 hour candle closed, that's pretty much like the low of the day. As you can see, like on this first 4 hour candle, and then it had a nice bounce on the second 4 hour candle, bounced up about 2%. Another way to kind of perceive this, remember we were talking about this dragon, you break out and then you back test a breakout. So even if it were to drop one more time, right? Like there's still a chance for it. Hopefully it doesn't go left like I drew that, but still a chance for a back test and then you run. How many times do we see this? Breakout, flip your, let's go to Bitcoin. We talked about this at the start of the stream. Okay. You have a supply line, you're using resistance, you break out, and then look, instead of finding resistance on that line, you're finding support, and then you go. Okay. So that's always possible. But yeah, really not much of a technical change for CLOV. It's just hopefully you can get above like 785-ish, which I've been saying is resistance for a while at this point. Not much of a change on the daily or the 4 hour MACD. You're actually gaining positive momentum on both of those time frames on the MACD. You have confirmed hidden bullish divergence. It's just a question of, can it break above 785 before falling under $7? Can do that. I think it could, but earnings can override technicals. They could help out the technicals a ton. They could ruin the technicals. Earnings, and again, there's a lot of, I don't like saying bad words, but let's just put it as there's a lot of people on the internet that think I don't care about technicals. I mean, I don't care about fundamentals and like catalysts and everything because they only hear me talking about technicals. But those people just don't watch the streams. You all know if you watch the streams how many times I talk about catalysts and news and earnings overriding technicals. So you have to keep an eye on all of that. And yeah, probably not much of any options change. I'm not even going to look at trading ticks for CLOV today. I don't think there would have been much of an options change, and that's really it for CLOV. All right, moving on. Keeping that, like, we have only, all right, usually we have like 75 how do I put this? We have like a 3 to 4 ratio, like 3 out of 4 people who watch the stream live hit the like button. Right now we only have a 1 for 2. Okay, we got 61 people in here, 33 likes. We're gonna need to get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in these brackets. All right, a little bit of a Wolf of Wall Street quote. We got to get those numbers up. Let's see. There we go. We just got like 4 likes right there. Fisker was up 1% today. Had a little bit of a dip in the morning. And yeah, if you didn't want to, because yesterday I said Fisker pretty much hit the target because it went up to 1761 instead of 1762. Well, today it literally not only hit it, but even closed above the target. So definitely first target achieved on Fisker. I guess even more vibes in the chat for that. It even filled this gap from August 11th. So yeah, Fisker already 35% profit since the most recent swing alert. I mean, second target would be a 53% gain if it gets up to 20. Today they had this. Fisker enters sport utility vehicle battery supply deal with contemporary Amperex Tech. Fisker said Tuesday that the Chinese battery manufacturer Contemporary Amperex, I don't know if I'm mispronouncing that, technology agreed to supply batteries for its Fisker Ocean sport utility vehicle with an internal capacity of over 5 gigawatt hours annually from 2023 to 2025. Financial terms of the supply deal were not disclosed. And Fisker said it is on track to start production and deliveries of the all-electric Fisker Ocean in November 22. So nothing really changed, except there's this. I honestly don't know this company at all, and I didn't really have time to look into everything today. So yeah, there really wasn't much of a reaction. It's just strange because I feel like I remember like in like the beginning of the year, Henrik or just someone, I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth. This is not a fact. This is just like a rough memory, and I might be completely off here. But I feel like there was like some rumors about like some big, like one of like the top battery suppliers in the world that Fisker was going to like partner with. Maybe that fell through or something. Does anybody remember what I'm talking about? Like, I think he replied to a tweet or something. Like, I don't remember. Forget what I just said. But yeah, that news came out today. And in a couple weeks, I think it's the 17th, they're going to be revealing the production intent Fisker Ocean at the LA Auto Show. Yeah, from a technical standpoint, your support, clear as day. It's this area right over here. Okay. This pretty much 1560-ish area. It's around your 200-day moving average, which is like 1588. And then it's kind of where this area had a top, and this area found a support. That's really the closest support I see. If that breaks, then you got 1450, the huge epic support resistance level. So those are your supports, like the mid to upper $15 area, and then 1450. In terms of resistance, you actually also, one other thing, you have a gap fill on Fisker at around 1640-ish. In terms of resistance, you just filled a gap today. $19.48 was pretty much where the C point was at. That could be a resistance. It's really, there's not much until 2158 now that you're above 17. I mean, there's a little bit, you know, there's this high, this high, this high. Like, there's a couple highs. If I just delete this harmonic for a second, you have a couple, you know, just try and make this a little bit more exact. There we go. So here you could see it. Pretty much like $19.25 to $20.60 is a little bit of a resistance zone for Fisker. And then if it breaks that, then you have 2158, which is an all-time high from July, and even a couple other resistances. And then after that, you have 2367, which was an all-time high from November, and a couple other highs and lows on the daily. So those are your levels on Fisker. If it ends up breaking above $24 whenever, I would pretty much use this swing high all the way to this major swing low, and I'd extend it out. Okay, and your major 1272, I really hope there's a day where we're, you know, looking at it up at this level. It's $38, your 1272. And I really, really hope there's a day we're looking at it at this level. Your 1618 is around $45, but let's take it day by day for right now. So that's Fisker. Good stuff right there. Let me see what's up in the chat, and then we'll talk about the rest of the ongoing trades. But BENE was up a good amount today since the entry. It's only up 2%. At the high of the day, it would have been up 9%. I think they had some sort of PR or something. I can't remember what it was. Not PR, but trading pause at 945. All right. What's up in the chat? Keep hitting that like button if you didn't already. Shout out to Nerve again for the $37 tip earlier. And yeah, I'm not going to be doing take requests tonight. Just too tired. I'm going to finish the ongoing trades and I'll probably get out of here. Can we add TA being fake to the stream bingo card? I only started saying that recently because, I don't know, there's just a couple people I've seen being very weird on social media. So it's just a funny way of, I don't know, putting it. I really don't care too much. Yeah, I did pat myself on the back for the Fisker one. Maddie says, yeah, I remember that rumor, and he kept typing it up, right? If I'm not mistaken, like, I feel like there was like a lot of hype around the battery and stuff. And again, I know nothing about this company. They could be an amazing battery supplier. They don't know them. Because I remember back in the day, there were so many rumors of Fisker, Samsung, but I'm sure some of you remember this, and this wasn't for batteries, but who remembers the Fisker and Apple rumors? Like, oh my gosh, like that used to upset me. Like back in like in the SPAC days for Fisker, like I don't know, And again, there's still always a possibility, maybe a 0.05% chance of Fisker and Apple doing something in the future, but it was like literally like, it was just annoying. There's just everybody on Twitter, they were just trying to make up things because they were holding back. So now I was like, hey, just look at this butterfly instead of making up rumors about Apple. And then boom, nothing happened with Apple, but the price doubled. Like, just another example of TA being fake. Alfredo says, I think there are still Apple Fisker rumors. Again, I've never said there's a 0% chance of Fisker and Apple. I just think, for me personally, I'll wait until there's an official announcement before I try and speculate on something like that. Congrats on the 3.5k subs. Thank you to all of you. Me Tenderfoot says, any thoughts on why bond yields are down, bond prices up, while crypto and equities hitting all-time high? I'm not too well versed with how they move and everything, if I'm being completely honest, so I can't really help you out there. Yeah, I think I got most of the stuff in the chat. But yeah, BENE, I said this last night, the technicals are completely different from when it was over here. It was a 15-minute chart. I was hoping for like a very quick trade. Didn't end up being like that. But now it's finally starting to move again. Hopefully it can hold above like 1191 is pretty much the level I see. You could see it was kind of this low on this candle. It's a 15-minute chart, by the way. And then it was also the high on this candle. And it was the high today. So like pretty much around 12 bucks is the resistance. If it breaks 12, hopefully that could send it to the first target eventually. But nice to see this trade's back in profit. XL was up 1% today. And it's still just in this choppy area, choppy zone. I just want to see it break above this to the upside before breaking to the downside. That simple on XL. VIPS was down a few percent today. It had a nice day yesterday. Probably even broke a supply line. Just barely at the close, but now it's kind of back under it. You probably find like a little bit of maybe a channel on lower time frames. Again, it's going to go up, it's going to go down. All that matters is where this ends up. It's currently at a 0% change. It's a 2-year-old bat on the weekly with the MACD cross and the RSI, being at a historically lower level. We'll see. NEO was up 1% today. Really not much of any technical changes. It had a nice move. Tested the 200-day moving. Second time it does this. I didn't even notice this. I wish the target was like right there. This is so frustrating. If this ends up happening to NEO, I'm going to take a night off from streaming just in frustration. Like if this does happen, that's just going to suck. But second time it gets up to like 4260, but not 4280. Hopefully it gets there one day. It's just been so close for like 2 weeks now, and it's just not hitting the target. So maybe a little bit, also it kind of, I did put the target above the 200-day moving average. Typically you're going to see put it slightly under. So I think I was mainly playing that 43.24 level. I was trying to put the target under that. So yeah, I think it's, the highest close on NEO since like, I think August 12th, if I'm looking at that correctly, which is nice. Hopefully it can continue to close above 40.62, and then Trip got stop hunted yesterday, bounced back today. It's down 12% since the entry. It's out of support zone. It's the make or break here. That's why the stop is under this. If it can bounce off this zone, great. If it can't, unfortunate. Doesn't mean it's going to keep going down for sure, but that's a stop is a stop. You do whatever you want. So yeah, that's Trip. That's really it. Not too much of any big technical changes. We'll see what happens tomorrow with everything with the Fed. Futures bouncing up a little bit, but still pretty flat. Bitcoin's around 63.2k. Jack in the chat says bond yields usually linked to interest rates and demand for bonds, to look into changes in that. If bond yields have gone up because of DCF, you could see a sell-off in the stock market, says Jack in the chat. All right. We just had like 7 people join in like 1 second. Is the algorithm helping me out today? If there are any, all right, well, let's try this. If there's anybody in the chat watching the stream right now who is not in the Discord, drop the number 1 in the chat. If you're watching the stream, even if you regularly watch the stream and you're just not in the Discord, drop the number 1 in the chat. I want to see if there's anybody. Don't feel embarrassed. I'm not like going to be calling you out or anything. I just want to know, like genuinely. But yeah. Just got 42 people in here, which is crazy. Thanks for the 11. Appreciate it. All right, so my own mods are messing with me. I don't know why we just got like 15 people join the stream in like a minute, but thanks for joining the stream. I was just about to end the stream, but I guess we'll keep going for a little bit more. Josh says, don't use Discord. I understand that for sure. Doesn't harm you though, you know? Just gotta download an app, and you know, because there's just so much in the Discord, right? But for sure, I know there's a lot of people who are just not familiar with the platform. They don't really understand it, and definitely that makes sense to me. But just try it out, you know? Whenever you have some free time, just download the app, click the link in my YouTube descriptions and all my videos, and just see if it makes sense to you. I made a couple like tutorial videos for you to watch when you join the Discord. Like when you go to the verification channel in the Discord, I made a full tutorial video of the whole entire Discord, which should help explain it better. And again, if you ever have any questions, always feel free to DM me on Twitter at ChampionVibe. But I just want to make sure everybody's in the Discord, you know? Your blind spot says just joined. What's up? Eric says vibe. Sorry I'm late. I'll catch the replay. Yeah, I don't know. The viewers are going. Usually, like this one, the viewers are starting to like fall off, and now right now the viewers are going up. So it's like, I guess I'm not ending right now. Or I still might. I don't know. I just hate ending when there's like 50, 60 people on the stream. It just doesn't feel right. Jack says, speaking of stops, I got stop punted to the penny today. So I'm going to take a temporary, I don't know what that word means, so I'm not going to say it. There's a lot of words that all of you type in the chat that I just don't know what they mean, so I don't want to say them, if that makes sense. One, because I don't know their meaning, and two, because I don't know how to pronounce a lot of these words. And English is like my best subject, like it's always been, which is weird. But I don't know. I guess a lot of you are just even smarter than I am, even though I'm not that smart. We'll come back tomorrow. Just live your life, and we'll come. I know everybody always comes back. I just, how do I put it? Like it just, I don't know. There's like 50 people watching me right now, and I don't want to just like click the end button. I am tired, but it's just against my emotion, I guess. Not like, you know, it's like my psychology. It's like more people joining, which why would I end then? Like, you know? The guy says any technical other than divergence and SR is a word CV doesn't know. Wait, what did you just say? No, I'm kidding. That was a really bad joke, but we're gonna forget it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to just sit here and just BS. But thank you all for watching the stream. It's probably a very boring stream, but I appreciate you still watching it tonight. Maxime's looking at biotechs right now. I've been looking at travel stocks recently. I was scanning over the weekend. A lot of them were looking pretty gnarly. Sabbatical, temporary leave with intentions of returning. Thank you all for helping me out. I think somebody else also dropped that in the chat. I don't know. But yeah, thinking. I need to create like one more segment for the stream, because I know we do like Bitcoin market, feature takers, ongoing trades, take requests when I can. I need to create like one more so there's not like this awkward like ending. I don't know. If anybody has ideas, let me know. CLOV earnings on Monday. Yup. There's like a bug flying around in front of my screen. Let's see if I can make something up. Sorry, I was just looking up something. Talk about the basketball game. It was good. It was amazing. talk about food. Today I had tacos for lunch and I had pizza for dinner. So really healthy. Thank you for the 50 likes, everybody. Here, let me think of, all right, let me actually, I have something, all right. For the people who just sat through that like insanely boring 10 minutes of the stream, I have something for all of you. I think this is a good way to end off the stream. Let me open it up. Cheddar Free says I'm shaving my hubby's beard to my chops or mustache. I'm not gonna speak on that. I think the chat can help you out there. All right, I'm trying to open something up. It's just, I'm trying to open up Discord. It's just taking forever. All right, there we go. So let me show you all something really quickly, and then I'll get out of here. And this is like technical, so I'm not just like shilling the Discord right now. I'm just waiting for it to load. All right, there we go. I don't know why it's not loading. All right, here we go. We're good.
This is that one.
All right. Please show up on this screen like this. Perfect. Okay. So, all right, take a look. I shared this with premium members today, but I was going through a bunch of charts today because I just couldn't really find any day trades today. And this is something I do that I don't really talk about on the stream often. There's a couple of things I do, especially for day, because again, I try and keep the stream just geared towards swing trading, so I don't really share much of like my day trading strategies. There is a day trading video in the course. It's like half an hour long, but there's a few things that I use I just don't talk about. Like I never really, unless we were talking about like CLOV on the 4 hour, I didn't really ever talk about Bollinger Bands on the stream. I don't really talk about EMAs on the stream or VWAP, and premium members know how much I love VWAP. But so this is something I've roughly done this, but I really have started noticing a lot more recently. I know Mehdi has been sharing that a very similar strategy that he's been using has worked out very well for him in the past couple of months. It's like a day trading strategy, 5-minute chart. So these are all 5-minute charts, but just look for the common thing here. All right, so these red lines you see, let me skip this song because it's like annoying me, but these red lines you see are Bollinger Bands. This yellow line you see is the VWAP. So I'm going to go through these screenshots and I want you all to kind of just look at, where these blue boxes are placed and what happens and what's going on. Okay, so the blue boxes, I put those blue boxes there. The yellow line is the VWAP, red lines are the Bollinger Bands. So just take a look at all these screenshots and look at what is happening. Okay, basically the blue box is showing you where the lows on the price were. Okay, so that's the first screenshot. This is AMC today. Second screenshot, this was a SPY today. Third screenshot, this was a Delta today. Fourth screenshot, this was GameStop today. So I wrote it down over here, but basically you can see on the charts that after pulling back on low volume, okay, the lower Bollinger Band, okay, which is this lower red line, and the VWAP, which is this yellow line, roughly got very, very close to each other, while the MACD was losing negative momentum, which means you're getting these light pinkish bars on the MACD. Okay, and you could see on these 4 charts, and these are all from today. I found them in within 2 or 3 minutes of just looking for these types of setups. And you could see on all of these charts when you had a pullback on low volume into, skip that song. You had a pullback on low volume into your VWAP and lower Bollinger Band with your MACD losing negative momentum. You could see you bounced, you bounced, you bounced, you bounced, you bounced. Just look for the blue boxes. You get what I'm saying? So it's just another strategy. There's a ton of little strategies I have like this. Another one I like a lot is EMA crossovers on the 15-minute chart when you have a lower time or a lower. Let's say you have a 5-minute EMA crossing over. Did I just say 5 minutes? You have a 5 EMA crossing over a 20 EMA on lower time frames. That's one thing I like a lot. Also, I like using the 9 EMA as support. Volume is another thing. I don't really talk much about volume on stream, but I do talk about this in the premium chats when I'm talking about day trades quite often. I don't really use volume that much on swings, but I use volume so much on day trades, especially like more volatile day trades. So yeah, these are just things I don't talk too much about on the stream. Maybe I should start talking more about day trade stuff on the stream. I kind of just, all the day trade stuff mainly is just in premium, and it's just been in premium. But I definitely want to start sharing more stuff like this whenever I can think of, you know, a clear way to format it. So yeah, that was just, I just wanted to share with you. I want to share all of, I can't even talk, so I really need to get out of here, but I wanted to share with all of you just a little bit of like a day trading strategy I use as a thank you for watching this boring stream tonight. So yeah, if you're not on the Discord, this is what it looks like. Everything is here. When you join the Discord, go to this channel and watch this. It'll explain everything. That's all you got to do. And then you get access to all of this, well, except for the management stuff. And if you're not a premium member, except for the premium stuff, but you get all of this right over here and this. Okay, so all of those chats and even these. Don't ignore these. Okay. And in case like YouTube doesn't tell you when I'm going live, because I know the notification box is weird a lot, I'll let you know every single time I go live here. And I'll also let you know when the timestamps are up. And if you didn't even know we do timestamps, then you're missing out. So we even have timestamps, and timestamps ruin the algorithm, because it means when people are watching the replay, they only watch a small amount, and the algorithm is all about watch time. So it definitely does not help the algorithm, but I know a lot of you are very busy and you can't watch a 1.5 hour stream every single night. So Medi does those timestamps, but yeah, the link's in the description if you want all of this. Just saying, this is completely free. This spot right here shows you unusual flow. There's a lot of other Discords that will make you pay for stuff like this. All this is free. Okay. So join the Discord if you want to. Actually, no, you have to join. You don't have to, but look into joining the Discord. Links in the description. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you for watching the stream. I'll be live again tomorrow night at 9 p.m. EST. And also, one last thing I want to say about this strategy, because I think I might have forgotten. This is not going to work 100% of the time. It's a strategy, just like any other indicator or strategy. It's going to fail. So manage your risk. Just indicators, okay? They're not certainty. I think I forgot to say that. Not financial advice. But thank you for watching the stream. Have a great night, and peace out.